And we are back. We are back on Smart TV Live. And yes, our online team, please share with us if you're getting anything. What's your takeaway so far? What do you think that you need to action on if you need to get back on your goals? And for those that have already shared, whether we are on a scale of 1 to 10, 9, 7 on your goals, how or what we are sharing, is it helping you get back to actually relooking at those goals that we are considering as failed goals? And also, I appreciate our guest for helping us understand why we actually end up having goals that we actually defining as failed goals. One, if you remember or if you've been online, she's taken us through the fact that even when we are setting these goals, are they something that are personal to us, or did we copy, or did we, because that determines the passion that we'll put into the goals. That determines the passion that we'll get back into the goals to pursue them. For me, that's an amazing thing that you mentioned. So before we took a break, again, if you just joined us, this is Fat Talks, where we host leaders that help us to walk the journey of leadership through sharing a number of subjects that are pertinent to our journeys. Today, again, we are talking about perseverance amidst failed goals. This could be at work, your corporate work, in business, family, personal life, depending on where you are at, especially as we draw close to the end of the year. So back to you, Caroline.
Yes.
You were speaking about your summits, whom I need to have online next time. You have to confirm these things.
Yes.
Did you set some goals for these gentlemen, and did you achieve them? If there are some, we'd love to hear the ones you did not, so that we also feel comfortable.
Yeah. Oh, you know what they say, misery loves company.
Exactly.
So if
really
you didn't achieve yours, so you'd like for me to be with you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, as I said, it's a unique space for the children. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we all want them to succeed, because success is accomplishment. So of course the goal is the way our school system is designed. You're hoping that your child will go to that early learning when they're supposed to go there. Yeah. And then after that, that's the nursery school and all that. These days, children graduate from nursery school. Yeah. So when they come out and they have done it, that is an accomplishment, and you do celebrate them. And I did celebrate them. Then we went to the primary school. Yeah. 7 years is no easy feat. Every day.
Are there some cues that came through that you knew, if I did not hang in there, this boy or even myself would have broken down in a bit?
Yes.
Take us there.
Yeah, and you see, because they're children, and then for those of you who have sons, they're different. Yeah. They're very playful. Some children you find are happy-go-lucky, and they're not understanding what's this whole pressure with school. Why do I have to, every day, Monday to Friday, and by 6:30 sometimes I'm there, and 12 hours, you're picking me up at 6. It becomes too much sometimes. So those are actually some of the areas. We won't go there, but we need to think about some of these systems, especially for the little ones. But at the end of the day, it was about accomplishment, and they needed to finish. Why did they need to finish? It was a question of sitting them and telling them, what do you want to be? Those are dreams. Every child should have a dream. That because a dream sets you out to do certain things. And then you motivate them, you encourage them by saying that, you want to be a lawyer, to be a lawyer, it's going to take certain things. You're not going to wake up one day and you're 25 years old and they say, here is the law firm, or now you've arrived. It takes work. Yeah.
Are there some incidences that you thought while you were on that parenting journey, you're like, hey, mister, if you could just take this route this way.
Yeah.
Then for some reason they don't, or don't stay out today, but for some reason you had to hang in there and you're like, someday this will happen, and you're still on it, you know?
Yes. It's about the focus. The focus, because sometimes children will lose focus. Teenagers will be teenagers. Yeah, they want to do certain things that you feel, no, that is not right for you.
Anyone certain thing.
But no, I mean, you know, they'll tell you that I want to go to this place and I would like to come back at 11 p.m. And you're saying, not under my roof. The timeline is 7 p.m. And that's it. It's not negotiable.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so
they listen?
They don't have much choice. But for me, I put systems in place to ensure that when it is 7, I don't expect him to saunter in on his own. I will be able to make arrangements that somebody should be able to be there and maybe pick him up and bring him home. Just to make sure that I give them leeway, because when you leave, let's say at 2 p.m., you have up to 7 p.m. Those are 5 hours. I'm not going to be around you, and you have to have faith that the principles that you instilled when they were still small, they will go by those. That the training that you gave them when they were still very young, that even as teenagers, despite everything that could be pulling them this side and this side and this side, that they're actually on the right journey. The Bible tells us, you know, train up a child in a certain way so that when he grows, he shall not depart from those. So when I train you as a 5, 6, 7-year-old, when you're 17, you will not depart from those ways. So it's the training. Will they do certain things that are off? Of course. And why do I say that? They're not angels. They are human beings.
How do you
like
keep it going while they're being funny?
It's about being there for them. Talking to them. I believe
bad
in
days
the power.
where your hair goes off.
No, those obviously those ones were there.
Just checking.
Where I say, you know what
kept you
I
sane?
could be done. No, because it was my purpose.
Going back to that.
My Father, God, my Father, to give me the children,
Going back
His
to
children, to take care of them. So He gave them to me, and I cannot let Him down. I cannot let myself down. So even with those rough days, and that is where the support system comes in. You can't watch them 24 hours. You have to be able to take a break. Not that when you take a break, then you'll abandon your role. Because motherhood, parenting is a role. It's not a responsibility. A responsibility, someone else can take that responsibility for you. It is a role. You can't give it away. But can someone be responsible for picking them from school and taking them back? Yes, I am here. But someone helped me with that responsibility of picking them from school and taking them home so that I can do this, because this is important to me. It's part of my purpose. So I should be able to have systems in place to ensure that while I do this, but I'm not abdicating my role as their mother. No, I'm not doing that. So that is the difference. But you raise them in that way, knowing where it is that you want them to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, watching us and online, of course, what I pick from that is the support system. Right from where we started off was the people that you surround yourself with, the people that that you actually, now we are getting into support systems, so it helps you actually stay up with your head up the waters. Otherwise, you're cut out in a way. Beautiful. That brings me to that chat of, so I hear, or I hear. So bring us to that point of the ANAVA consultants.
Yes.
How did we get there? There must have been, people are trying to do things, my dear. Did you first sell tomatoes and they failed? Did you know, there's got to have been some things you first tried before we arrived to ANAVA.
Yes, you went there. You had to go there. But it's all right. You know, okay. I'm in this chair for a reason, so it's okay. I will go there with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Take us
Of course, as you're a professional, as a lawyer, I always believe that you can't be known for that one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to be multi-purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't be known for that one thing. So at one point in time, I love events.
Okay.
Yes, I love to organize events. You can put me in a space and say there's this and these are the people, so do your thing. So I love that space. So at one time I said, but I can't get into the business of decorating. And what better way than getting the items myself? You know, excitement. So I get my money together, save it up. I go to China. I do the shopping. Good experience, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I stepped out of my comfort zone. Yeah. I stepped out. I went, I bought the things. I had the experience of, you know, shipping them in and all that, dealing with URA, where do I store them? And they came in and I felt it was like I was accomplished in that moment at that time. But to be honest, I hadn't done the research into what it takes.
Okay.
So my accomplishment was short-lived, because I realized as much as I love to put events together, this is not my space. Yeah? I will not be able to sustain it. It's just not working for me. The time that it takes, you know, the inventory that it takes, you know, being able to say, these are the vases, these are the this, these are the tablecloth, this is the color, this is... It's a lot of work, and hats off to that industry, to the people who do this. Okay. Yes, but I soon realized that it wasn't my purpose, so to speak. Even if I was giving a solution to some people, yes, to some people, but I didn't realize that I needed to come first.
Okay.
Yeah, because you can always give that solution, because there are always takers. Yes. Yeah. But at that point I realized, because I did it I think like for 6 months or a year, but I realized I was not cut out for that.
Okay.
Now, realization,
because I'm about to drop all my goals and be like, I think.
Realization. You need to know that when you step into something and the red flags start going up, do not ignore the red flags.
Okay.
If you need to fold it up and put it away. If you need to step back. It is okay to step back, because you know that is not the space that you're supposed to be in. But I could have easily folded the legal side and gone completely into this new space. My goal is to make sure I succeed in this, but I need to close this first. And some people do that. But imagine where I would have been right now. So what am I driving at? That even when you set that goal and you want to accomplish something, you better have plan B. You better have plan C. Because as I said, one sure thing is uncertainty in life. So as you put those goals together, as you serve your purpose, as you have that vision, have different plans in place. Should it fail? Because sometimes it will fail. And we all know that failure is part of success.
Yeah.
Have plan B. Have plan C. I did not get everything that I had, sold everything that I had to go and shop in China.
Yeah.
I had my other investments.
Okay. Would you consider that at that time as a goal that failed goal? This is actually something that I...
And when you say failed,
yeah, exactly. I want to.
It can have been, you can define it as failed because I stopped pursuing it. But is it a total failure? Now let's put that word of total failure. There are so many lessons that I took from that. And those are the wins. So even in the failure, you need to look for the wins. Because they're always there. There's always something to learn. But the mindset now, this is where it comes in. Do you have a positive mindset to learn that even when the ultimate goal has failed, I have won by learning this, I will not do this, I need to plan better, I need to have a plan A, B, and C, I need to spread my risk, I need to spread my investments. All these will come from the failed goal. So let's not look at failed goal in a little box and that it is completely off. There are always lessons to learn. This is where wisdom comes in. And our Father is the one who grants us wisdom. So you have to be wise. Do you take it as a total failure, or are you wise enough to pick out the things that you learned from there? That is the difference. Yes.
At the end of the day, you may have failed at that, but the fact that you are able to still move on to the next, what's next? What else is there? Because this clearly is wasn't a thing. Take us to the next, because I from what you shared, those online, I hope you're catching the vibe in terms of trying to persevere. You could have chosen to let this whole thing go and you're like, you know what, let's stick with this slow thing. I'm not cut out for any other thing. But the fact that you're able to drop this and move on, that is what you're defining as perseverance. That it does not matter whether today I fail to sell tomatoes, doesn't mean that I cannot now sell shoes. Right? Otherwise, I could have simply just said, you know, the fact that I couldn't sell tomatoes, I think selling things. I'm done. Right?
I'm done.
Beautiful.
Please. And so after that, I came to the realization that I needed to, first of all, stick to what I was doing. Because sometimes there are different things that can be in play that if you stretch yourself too thin, we all know, when you stretch a rubber band too thin, it will snap. You can only withstand so much. So I had been stretching myself too thin. So I needed to bring myself back to that space. So I went on to do, you know, the regular job, board secretary, you know, and that was okay. I moved from the private sector and I went to the public sector. And it was all good. But of course, because you have to go back to yourself and say, what is it that I want more? And at that time, of course, you have to look at the other things that are going on in your life. As I said, you're a mother, you're a wife, you're supporting your husband, you know, there could be different projects. So you take a whole 360-degree look at your life before you start picking new goals or asking God, what now is my purpose in certain dimensions? Because sometimes it's actually seasonal. Some seasons go longer than others when it comes to purpose. I believe my purpose, one of them is to be a mother. This one is going on for life. For sure. For sure. There is nothing like, 25 years from now, I'll stop being a mother. Like, it is not there. And it's okay. So that is the long haul. But there are certain things that will not be for the long haul. But you have to be plugged in into your own life, that when the signs come, you have to be able to see them.
So the courage to plug in.
But you have to plug in. But you have to plug in. You can't be plugged out of your own life. But it happens. Some people are not plugged in. But you have to be able to be plugged in and to recognize. So fast forward, 2020. The year we'll never forget. COVID-19, the world shuts down. But in that time, and this is what I like to call my beauty from the ashes. I did sign up for my master's in leadership and management because that was the time I said, I need to, add something.
Okay.
But I had also the support of different people speaking into it and saying, look, you can do this. Being a company secretary professional, you might want think to add something. And it's something that I had been, putting off and on. But that was the perfect time. So I did enroll. I did it 2 years. Everything online.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually I got it done.
Okay.
But in there, there was a module. And these are the things that I say signs. You have to see them. When you miss them, that season is gone.
You're done.
And you most probably will not get it back.
Oh,
but the Bible says we serve a God who restores. He could restore for you if you ask.
To that.
Yeah. So that is where I came across one of the modules that was coaching.
Okay.
Yeah. In leadership.
Oh, yeah.
And it exposed me to something different.
Okay.
It exposed me to the fact that everybody has so much potential that is untapped. And sometimes, or all the time, at a certain point in time, you need the support to be able to explore that full potential.
Back to the support, back to the people you surround yourself with.
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you still with us? I love this. Who is your support system in this moment?
Yes.
Because we need to persevere through this journey, but the people that are actually around us are the ones really largely that help us on the journey, right?
Yes.
Keeps coming out of your conversation. Please go on.
Yes. So when I was able to identify that, I said, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of coaching because I want to directly support somebody to tap into their full potential and be the best version of themselves. That is what coaching is about.
Okay.
You transform their minds, as one friend of mine who I know, the catalyst, likes to say, to transform life. So I felt that I needed to get into that space. This was my time. And so I then went and picked up the skill.
Okay.
You don't wake up one day and say, oh, my goal is to coach people, explore their potential, and you think it's going to happen overnight. And fold your hands and say, Lord, you now know what I want to be. No.
Why is it not happening?
No.
Yeah.
So I said that became my goal at that time. So I went and equipped myself to become a certified coach. It took me 2 years. Patience.
From the events planning, now we have moved on to the energy to move on to the new thing.
Yes,
is what I'm admiring here.
To be driven.
Is your support system? Can they adopt me? Like, really?
Yes, you have to have that drive, but to also recognize. And then now I say, this is my new purpose that I want to be able to fulfill. And that is how I got into that space. But I picked up the skills. It took me 2 years. And this is where patience comes in. Some people have this goal and they want it 3 months from now. I should be able to have clients. I should be able to do this. I should be able to do this. It doesn't work like that sometimes. So you have to be patient with yourself. Equip yourself with the resources, the skills that you need. But it's also important to say, this space that I'm going in, what do I have? What characteristics do I have to be able to help me accomplish this goal? Character is important. Some people are not good listeners. Some people are not patient. Some people fly off the handle, just like that. So there are certain professions that require certain things. As much as you learn certain things, character also matters. So for what you don't have, you need to build. So as you set that goal, look at resources. I had to go back to school for 2 years. It takes money. So you need to rearrange certain things to accomplish your goal. Don't think it's going to come cheap. It's going to cost you to accomplish your goal. Time-wise, money-wise, most probably some relationships, you have to let them go to be able to accomplish your goal. So you have to be able to sacrifice to get to accomplish what it is that you want to accomplish.
Someone somewhere is saying, but money is a thing. Most of my goals require me to actually have money. So should I drop all my goals concerning money? But what I'm hearing from you is a whole mindset shift. The way we look at things at the end of the day, maybe it's not the money, maybe it is something. Speak to that person. I see them.
Yes.
Online, on TV, or right here.
Yeah. No, and I acknowledge the importance of money. That no one should ever tell you that finances are not important. They are key. They drive so many things. Finances drive so many things. So it is important to plan for your finances. We all hear about saving, and that is the sacrifice that I'm talking about. If you want to accomplish something, for me it took me 2 years. But I had to first, before I start enrolling and applying, do the research into what it's going to take to accomplish that goal. It's going to take you $10,000. Your monthly take home is this much. That if you're able to save 30%, instead of the 5% you've been saving, you're going to have to make certain adjustments. You have to be ready to make those adjustments. If you're going out every Friday of the week, you might have to go out one Friday in 3 months.
Tight.
But because, and you have to hang in there. This is where the perseverance comes in. You have to persevere. You have to give up certain things. It will not come easy. That is the thing that you have to realize. It will not come easy. So once you're able to do these things that way, you sacrifice the finances. There is no money that is enough in this world. Even the Jeff Bezos of this world will tell you it's not enough.
Indeed, yeah.
There are people who you say, if I can just have 1% of what they have, I would be set for life. But for them, it's not enough. So everybody is different. But you have to know, what would it mean for you to accomplish that goal? What does it mean to you?
What does it mean?
Yes. And if it is that important, you have to go out of your way to be able to accomplish it. Plan for it. Look at the sacrifices. But however, if you also realize that it is not something you will be able to finish, and you're honest with yourself. Now that is where the honesty also comes in. Be honest with the goals that you're setting. Sometimes we set ourselves up for failure from the start.
Like how I copied your goal.
Exactly. You can set yourself up for failure. So don't set yourself up for failure. Do the research. Look into it. If you know that it is most likely that 80% you will fail, don't go there. If you think it's that important to you, postpone. Put everything in place that you need to get yourself there. Then the time will come, because timing is important. When that time comes, you will know, because you will look at everything and it's aligning. I believe in alignment.
Okay.
When you look around you and you've set goals but things are not aligning, take a step back.
Okay. Use this remaining 2 weeks to take a step back.
Yeah.
Is that something I can do?
Of course.
No? Okay.
Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Take a
As
step
part
back.
of getting back at it.
Yes. Go back to square one and do a self-evaluation. I set out to accomplish these 3 things. For this one, I'm at 90%. Celebrate yourself, by the way.
Okay.
Before I forget that. Celebrate yourself for getting there. The 10%, well, for whatever reason, you say, I will be able to do better if you want to go that way. If you're satisfied with 90%, that's good for you. You've accomplished. We are moving on. If there's a 30% that you've accomplished, 70%, you look at all the odds around you and they are against you. It's okay to make peace with it and let it go. But if you know that once you change the game plan, it can push you from 30 to 60, go ahead and do it. Smart goals is what we're talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
You have to be able to achieve them in a timeline within which you have set. So it is important to be able to do that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, on Smart TV and online, are we still there? Twitter Spaces and X Spaces. Please let us know. As we try to draw this to a close, what's your takeaway from our conversation? Are we speaking or are we speaking to ourselves? Please let us know. Thank you, Caroline. It's a powerful conversation we're having here. I'm already rearranging a few things here and there. And I hope you are. If you are, please do that and let us know online what you are planning to do out of this conversation. So, Caroline, as we draw this to a close.
Yes.
I keep calling you Caroline.
It's okay.
As we try to get this to a close.
Yes.
Perseverance amidst failed goals.
Yes.
I like that you took us to that element of your events planning.
Yes.
I would have loved to be a customer.
Yes.
You took another turn and went into the amazing Anava. Did I say it right?
Yes, Anava. And just to, someone might be wondering, what is Anava? What does it mean? Where did it come from? Anava is no. It didn't come from it came from an inspired goal.
Okay.
Yes, and it goes to the coaching and exploring potential.
Okay.
Anava is a Hebrew word that translated means occupying your God-given place in the world.
Oh, did that drop from the spirit like chui?
True.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just saying.
Yes. Yes, it did.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So that is what it is.
Okay.
And as you were reading the profile and everything, this is where I'm coming from, to be able to do the coaching, to be able to support, whether it's mothers, whether it's executives, whether it's to empower you to take up that God-given space that you're supposed to be in, to fulfill your purpose.
To make goals based on purpose.
Yes, because sometimes we all need the support.
Exactly.
So to be able to say, I'm going to reach out to so-and-so and they will be able to support me. That's what the Anava consultancy is all about.
Wow, beautiful.
Yes.
From what you have shared, it's evident that at the end of the day, your support system, the people that you choose to surround yourself with as you're trying to persevere, the major word persevere, through what you're actually referring to as failed goals, is really that, the mindset, the people that you surround yourself with, and doing a review about your goals. Are they based on what purpose? Or, because that defines the passion that you're going to put into the goals.
Yes.
So as we close the year, I want you to just help someone, speak into someone as they close the year.
Yes.
In the next 2 weeks, what can they do in a summary to revive their passion, to tell themselves, hey, we can do this again. People like to say, let's try again on Monday, but let's try again 2024.
Yes.
Just speak into that person as much as they've been listening in and saying, yeah, you know how we've done that.
Yes.
We have persevered. Some of us have persevered and persevered.
Yes.
Now we are extinct persevering.
You've got
How do we get back from persevering into action?
Yes.
Just a summary now as we draw this to a close.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. And what I would like to say is that take these remaining days of December. Take a step back. Evaluate. If you didn't even write the goals down in 2023, just go back and say, what is it that I really wanted to do in 2023? And have I been able to do it? You who did not set down the goals, who even now might not know what your purpose is, the best way to think about it is, what solution do you want to give, and who do you want to give it to? Whose solution do you want to be? I was recently at an event whereby the guest speaker talked about vision and said, we are like trees. Human beings are like trees. We all know that trees do not eat their own fruit. There is no tree that eats its own fruit.
Okay.
So, having a vision and wanting to have impact and wanting to be a solution, you want to bear fruit. And when you bear fruit, somebody should be able to take that fruit and benefit from that fruit. So, what fruit do you want to bear? Who do you want to benefit from that fruit? That alone should help you. So even as a tree, to be able to produce that fruit, do you need more manure within you? What is it that you want to add to be able? So because once you establish what it is, the solution that you are, do you want to be that passion fruit for that vitamin? Yes. So how are you going to get there? Now you work backwards because that is the solution. So, and how much fruit do you want to bear? Everybody wants to bear a lot of fruit. Everybody wants to bear good fruit so that people keep coming back for more. That is when you know that you are highly valued and that you are of purpose to somebody and you're a solution to somebody. So it's just simple thought. So when you realize that I want to be a solution in this space, I want to be a solution in this space, then you'll be able to come up with, how am I going to do that? What do I want to accomplish to do that? So you set different goals. But it's also important that you set goals, you know, that give back to you as a person. Not only giving back to others. This is where now ambition comes in, because ambition is for ourselves. So what ambition do you have? Because it's going to feed back into you. The vision might feed others, but ambition feeds you. So what are you ambitious about? So that at the end of 2024 you're saying, I did it. It brings you that sense of accomplishment. So these are the two things that you'll be able to look at. Write them down. It's important that you write them down because you keep making reference to them. And you keep saying, this is how far I have gone with them. If you don't have the skills, plan on equipping yourself with the skills. If you don't have the resources, plan on finding a way to get those resources. If you don't have the people to support you, look around your village. I like to call it a village. Look around your network. Who can you bring inside to be able to support that vision of yours, to be able to support that purpose, but to be also able to support that ambition. But have the goals. And once you are certain of this, it doesn't have to be 100%, by the way, because I had someone who used to always tell me that perfection is the enemy of progress. So if you want to perfect it, you most probably will not progress. So start with what you have. Make do with what you have. I don't say you have nothing. The fact that you have air going in and out, you have something. So recognize that and make do with that and make the best of it. That is what I would say.
Miss Caroline Egesa, it's been lovely. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it, and I will check with you. Thank you, Miss Caroline, for your time. We have had an amazing time. I don't know what your takeaway is, but I will still go back to the village. Now we have upgraded from the support system to the village. The people that help you, that surround you, help you to persevere through these times, help you with your mindset, shifting from one goal or what you would look at as a failed goal to moving on to the next thing. Or also being able to see through you and allowing you to, hey, that's not right for you, maybe in terms of purpose and all, moving on to something else.
Yes.
So as we end the year, you have done us so well. I thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on Star TV. Thank you for joining us, really. And those online, thank you for being online. I hope you have taken away something. I hope you're going to action something. And please do join us again next Thursday at 4 p.m. for the same. I'd like us to conclude this with just a little favorite quotation. People often say that motivation doesn't last. We were not here as motivation speakers, or maybe we were, but if it did motivate you, thank God. People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, either does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So just like bathing, you do it every day. Even motivation is required every day. So for you to persevere in your goals, seek some motivation and you'll be fine. Thank you for joining us. See you next Thursday.
Thank you.
Smart 24, driving business.